Hi, okay, so for German 303 and our conversational drive to height, I wanted to make a mini video about my connection between our course and current pop culture. I feel like I'm going to be really early on this, so I'm going to be talking about the new movie Wicked for Good based on the musical adaptation from the original Wicked book. So spoilers from here on out, which I understand is difficult, but I kind of wanted to jump on this while I still remembered it because I can't access the film, so I wrote this in the theater. So quickly, in case anyone is unfamiliar, Wicked is the unofficial prologue to The Wizard of Oz, right? So we're all familiar with that story. Dorothy goes to this great land of Oz and she meets this wonderful witch Glinda and a wicked witch and the wizard, who then she has a series of tasks to do in order to get back home. And this basically takes the idea of the Wicked Witch and says, well, why was she so wicked, right? So that's what we're exploring. And actually, my specific connection isn't about the Wicked Witch or any of the main characters. My specific connection is about the wizard. So the wizard in Wicked turns out to kind of be a sham, right? He's not actually magical. He can't actually do anything. In the human world, he was, like in our world, he was the ringleader of a circus. He was like a magician, and people kind of didn't buy into it. So he went to Oz and portrayed himself to be very magical through kind of a smoke and mirrors type display. And towards the end of the film, the Wicked Witch Elphaba, she kind of confronts him about his lack of actually being magic, and he's just lying to people. And because he's not actually magic, he needs to continue using scapegoats within Oz. This is actually a very political movie. There's a lot I could talk about here. There's like a lot of satire. It's really interesting. Go see it if you haven't. But that's her whole problem with him, is he's lying. And he has this really interesting take on truth, which is a lyric in his song Wonderful. And he says, the truth is not a thing of fact or reason. The truth is just what everyone agrees on. You know what we call that in like the human world. He says, you know what we call that? Believing things that aren't true. We call that history. And I thought that really tied into our course super well. We have done such a thorough exploration of what is history through Nietzsche's lens, Benjamin's lens. We've read different accounts from different perspectives of history, and I thought this was truly interesting. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so drive to height, because this character who he has to leave his home because he is he's not actually able to be a leader, have influence, have power, all these things that we know are the drive to height. He's not able to have these things naturally. So he has to go and exploit other people to get them. And he has to change history. He has to rely on facts that aren't actually true, just something he can make people agree on. And I thought that was a really beautiful comparison to a lot of the things that we've read about in this course, and connected to a more tangential topic, which I was also going to make a video on, but I'm running out of time, is the musical Cabaret, which is, of course, a very well-known satire piece on the Third Reich, and, what is it that they say? There once was a very interesting cabaret with an MC who pulled all the strings, right? So MC and wizard kind of match up in that case. So that is another example where we have this character who looks for a drive to height by exploiting history as something that is not fact, but just something everyone agrees on. And I thought that song was really cool. And also Wicked ties in a lot more ways, and I would highly encourage everyone to go see it.